Good morning. It's Reverend Pam Geagan here from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California, and welcoming you to our meditation. And this set of meditations, for those who have not, if you're visiting us for the first time, is about wholeheartedly accepting and embracing your wholeness. And a lot of the work that I got from this was from Brene Brown, and so a famous psychologist. So we're going to begin by just relaxing in, and then we're going to connect to Source, the only thing there is, the thing that supports us and empowers us and is us beyond this physical body. But we're going to relax in, connect, and then I'll be telling you a little bit about what we're talking about today, which is compassion, self compassion, and then I'll end with affirmations. So, just in this moment, feel that light just coming that is already surrounds you in and through and as you, coming down your crown chakra, just coming down, 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 down through the third eye, down, 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 and then down through the cheeks, just relaxing the cheeks, the jaw, and you may be even feeling a little slack jawed, as I say. Just relax in whatever position you're in and coming down into the throat and opening the throat. And then that energy goes around the shoulders. And our shoulders, many times from reaching, especially at our computers, lifting things, moving things, they get very tight and then it affects our neck. So just relaxing the neck. You may even want to stretch a little, relaxing in. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, going down through the shoulders and out the upper arms, down the elbows, the lower arms, out the wrists and the hands, as the energy flows in and through and expresses and empowers you. And then that energy comes right back up, because when we're setting our intention and we're guiding our energy, our light absolutely expands out. And not only does it expand out, it expands out to others too in this world. When we shine our light, then that light is able to shine out into others and allowing them to shine their light too. So going back down and up the arms and across and down around the back and opening the heart chakra, which I say the lotus sits in. The lotus is so beautiful, and it opens up, and there can be anything you want in there. That is, it can be the flower itself, a guide, an angel, uh, um, a deity like Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, whatever you perceive God to be. To me, God is synonymous with love. So, whatever sits in the middle of that heart, that thinking organ, that passionate thinking organ, is there. And then we come back around and relax our vertebrae, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And then coming right back down around into our solar plexus, relaxing the solar plexus, and then going back down into the sacral chakra, the beautiful orange chakra, and just relaxing, relaxing in. We carry a lot of emotion in our solar and sacral areas. And then relaxing into that root chakra, empowering that root chakra that grounds us and helps us remember that we are here in this third world experience to learn, to be, to express God at its highest in and through and as us. So then through the hips, the thighs, the knees, down, down, down to the legs, down to the calves, the ankles, and right down through the feet, that energetic present going down into that middle earth. And in that tube of light, that wonderful flowing light that is now in and through and directed as you, in when we go to the middle earth, we connect and anchor, because we are in this experience, in this third dimensional experiences, and bringing forth the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, how many ever dimensions there are, but we're connected because we are here to learn about the density and the physicality of this world and our emotional beingness in this world. So we anchor in this, bring that energy right back up, 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 up. And we're going to do those 3 breaths in. with God is, I am, or whatever deity you want, Elohim, Eloha, Moses, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, the thing itself. I call it God, which is synonymous with love for me. And then two more silently. God is, I am. And one more in that connecting breath. And anything we say after the I am, in our I amness, creates that power, plants that seed in the soil that just says yes. So, in this time together, this morning we're talking about selfless, we're talking about self compassion and how to plant that seed of compassion in our soil and take care of ourselves under times that are less than easy sometimes. And when we feel that we are just bombarded by so many things, that hopelessness is dangerous. Hopelessness leads to feelings of powerlessness. And as Martin Luther King Jr. said, we feel empowered when we have the ability and know we have that ability to affect change. So when you are feeling powerless and hopeless, you can't change anything in your life. But when you know you are that power and presence that sits within you, that rock that you sit upon, and you can draw upon that energy, then you can affect change for the highest good in you and all around you. When you're not empowered, you feel ineffective. So we know that our greatest desire is to believe that we can affect change. And what that power comes from is not willing it so, it comes from that divine spirit that just says yes, 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 yes to us. It's our spirit that carries us through doubt and fear, and it's our spirit for us to know that we can affect change and feel worthy. And our worthiness is very, very important, because without worthiness, we are not able to love ourselves with our whole hearts. And without loving ourselves with our wholeheartedness and whole hearts, then how can you love anyone else, as I say? So, what takes away from that love? Today, many times, what we watch, what we read, is absolutely, because many of us are more sequestered right now with less one-on-one interaction. When we have interaction, we're interacting through the internet. So one of the things is we have to be cautious of what media we watch, because media, since we've been born, has told us how to look, how to parent, how to decorate our houses, our cars, what cars to drive. It's absolutely overwhelming. And yet it's in our biology to trust what we see with our eyes. So that visual and hearing combined are so powerful. And to draw upon spirit, you need to have that clean slate that allows you to connect to the deep beyond within you, that is beyond all the media. Because when you look at the media, you can't compare your life, first of all, with anything else. And the question you need to ask yourself is, what is the media? What is real and what is fantasy? Are the images that I am collecting in my mind and on the internet from TV, movies, and other people reflecting healthy, wholehearted living? And the most important for us to remember is who benefits by us seeing and believing those images. I always say, with everything that is controversial, follow the money, because when you follow the money, you have the control. And we now know that over $200 billion yearly are spent on ads to tell us that we are not enough. We are more than enough. Without the right bra, without the right clothing, without the right foods, without the right anything, because when we listen to that deep beyond within us, then we know that we are listening to divine spirit. So part of this, though, is practicing critical awareness. It's very important because when we use that close-up lens on us, then we see all the flaws in ourselves. Since COVID, plastic surgeons' offices are overflowing because of all the people on Zoom. I don't know if you know that, but it is true. And so, does it matter that you have the muffin top? Are you the only one? No. Does it matter that you have messy family relationships? No, you're not alone. Media tells us that sometimes you are not enough again, but the reality check is you are more than enough. And if you're supporting a $200 billion a year business to set your values and images, then your success in words and your intentions are based on something other than who you are, God in action. I'm not saying all media is wrong or bad. I'm saying be cautious with what you believe because as we age, is our belief going to be that who I am, that incorruptible, immutable, beautiful soul, is going to need plastic surgery, is going to need a new cosmetic? No, it is with us since the beginning of time, and it is for us to go in and realize what that is that we need to search deeply into our spiritual being and bring into perspective the meaning and purpose of our lives throughout all the times in our lives. So, when we are feeling not enough, we practice numbing behaviors to avoid the pain of leaning into the discomfort of our emotions. So we engage in behaviors consciously or unconsciously that numb ourselves and take the edge off our vulnerabilities, pain and fear and discomfort. So addiction can be described as chronically and compulsively numbing and taking the edge off our feelings. Our most powerful emotions are painful sometimes. Many times it creates fear. And having these feelings of anxiety and fear trigger intolerable vulnerability in us. And so, what do? We do whatever anesthetizes, the quickest approach to anesthetize our different feelings. And they go and come, everybody has their own thing to anesthetize us because we all do this. We all anesthetize. You're not alone. There is no one that doesn't in some realm, including over meditation, I imagine, over prayer too. But I love meditation and going within to relax. But some of us use those outside things: sex, drugs, alcohol, rock and roll, relationships, our work and career, gambling, staying busy, physically, affairs, chaos, shopping, planning, practicing perfectionism, and there is no perfect. We would always be searching for the perfection and spending lots of time on the internet. So we all do this in different ways, in different times, to different degrees. But when we are numbing, then we are not engaged in wholehearted wholeness of the livingness of who we are. Wholehearted and wholeness is about living and being aware of the dangers of how numbing can destroy our ability to live wholeheartedly and rich and full lives. And in our myriad of choices of addiction, we fall into categories that we spend more and more and more time running away. And I learned this from my dad. My dad was the absolute master of turning his back on reality. When he turned his back on reality, then then he didn't have to face everything. So everything was going to be okay always. And I learned that. And so the good was that I didn't go to disasterizing all the time, even to this day. But the bad was is I was not aware of the addictions and the patterns I chose to continue to numb myself. So the question is, do our addictions numb us And do they take away from our authenticity? The answer is yes. So when I go close to feeling more vulnerable than I like to and uncertain, I can indulge in cake and ice cream, yum, and forget about what's happening to me and spend hours playing games on Facebook or the internet. But what am I doing? I'm not changing anything. That addiction is still chasing me and leaving me left in that heart of darkness, not the lightness. So when we live from our wholeness and wholeheartedness, the light we are doubles and the experience of good feelings double. Avoiding fear and anxiety and not leaning into that light of good and intimacy takes away from our joy. To love someone deeply with your whole heart is one of the greatest things you can ever do. Nothing comes with guarantees. Nothing changes but the changes, like I say. And so our greatest gift is to go with that flow. And in that flow, taking risks and opening ourselves up to be vulnerable. When we lose tolerance for discomfort, then when we are losing tolerance for discomfort, we also, in like amounts, lose our joy. Addiction research shows us that its intensely positive experiences are also likely to cause a relapse. So that middle ground, that middle thing that the Buddhists talk about, the middle path, staying in, not with lying in our bad emotions or our good emotions, staying in that middle path, seeing the good and bad and standing in the middle of who we are, digging deep and engaging fully is what makes us wholehearted, loving people. So the more painful we we try to numb our pain, the more we try to numb our pain when the challenges happen to us, it also cancels out in that like energetic presence the experiences of joy. And so that cycle goes on and on and on. And how we can change that is by leaning into that discomfort and being vulnerable, because it teaches us how to live with joy and gratitude and grace. By leaning into our comfort ability, we build our spiritual muscles. And so then when we enter, it's like a spiritual bank account. So when we enter into scary places, and many of us feel that we're in that right now, and we feel vulnerable because we're out of control, our desire to live from that place of wholeheartedness, then what happens is we become spiritually resilient and draw upon our source. So we let go of feelings of hopelessness, fear, shame, pain, and discomfort, and we disconnect with our those things that sabotage our resilience. In our experience, it's like building that spiritual bank account. The more we bend in, fold in into our vulnerabilities and face fear in the face, so to speak, then we have that bank account builds and our capacity to bring love and compassion into our lives expands exponentially. And spirituality, as you know, is not about a denomination, a dogma. It's about daily practices of bringing healing and prayer and connecting to source that creates this resilience. It's about committed time with God, divine spirit, whatever you want to call it. And where you find that connection is also not limited. You can find it in nature, in your home, in the darkness of the night, in community and music. We're also uniquely different. So what inspires us helps us to overcome and survive our traumas and deal in greater ways, more loving ways, and self-compassionate ways with stress and anxiety. That spirituality helps us build again our spiritual muscle as it develops our understanding of who we are, that light that is so beautiful. So I found this checklist to help set up our intentions every day, and it's called the Vowel Checklist, the AEIOU. So when you find this, look up the Vowel Checklist. I'm sure you'll find it in your internet. Find out what the A is, which is saying, I am abstaining today from being absorbed by my addictions, whatever they are. E, I exercise today. I am doing something for myself today. O, standing for others. What have I done for others today? U, what has been unexpressed today within me in my emotions? What am I holding on to that I am letting go of? Y is yay. What is something that is good that happened to me today, and then I celebrate that good. And I close with a quote from Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and I love this. People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out, but when darkness sets in, their beauty is revealed only if there is light from within. I know and I believe the light that I see within resilient people is that beautiful spiritual light, and they are truly the reason that light shines is because they're lit from within, lit and ready to go. So as I close with in meditations, your assignment is to do your daily meditations and prayers, journal, make it a commitment. It will change your life. And sometimes the best way to get going is to take time to be mindful into that quiet, prayerful connection with divine spirit, the only thing there is, as far as I'm concerned, the thing itself. So as I stay in the I am, I'm going to end with some affirmations for you. So just relax in, hearing my voice. As I do the I am affirmations, and please personalize these, knowing there is only the one and one and one. I am powerful and awake and changing anything in my life that makes me feel powerless. I am letting go of doubt and fear and opening up to the love that lays within me, loving myself compassionately with my whole heart. I am feeling my wholeness. I see who I am beyond what the society thinks I am and thinks I should be. And I let go of anything that does not support me. When I am driven to want to turn to my addictions to make me feel better, I now know I am just anesthetizing my authentic self. And the reason I am here is to discover who I am. It is the most important thing, because who I am is that reflection of perfection of the divine itself, and nobody else can bring my specialty, that fingerprint of God, up into reality. I practice wholehearted living by being aware how numbing does not help me. It anesthetizes me and dims me and dulls me. So I choose healthy choices, not running away, but running to and through my vulnerability and knowing that I am running to something greater and is embracing me. I understand my feelings. I embrace them. I honor them. And I am so grateful that I am living from my wholeness, wholeheartedness, and my light is doubling out. And not only do I keep my journal, but I also read how I am changing and I hear how people see me in a greater way as my light is shining more and more into the degree I lean into the discomfort and vulnerability and live instead with joy, gratitude, and grace. I am strong, I am powerful, I make good choices, and I release fear and shame, and I am capable of being more than I ever thought I could be. And I exercise my vow list, AEIOU, and I love. It's AEOU, yay, Y. And I love myself for especially doing things like I just did. So I love each and every one of you. I call today good and very good. Use these spiritual tools and you will change dramatically. I am telling you. And how that change will show up is in your joy bank account, your love bank account, your wholeness and wholeheartedness bank account. Peace out. Namaste. I love each and every one of you. I will be seeing you tomorrow. And also, we're starting with our practitioners and our ministers a midweek tune-up. And I'm starting it first with Hallelujah Halloween, and it's on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. So have a great, 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 great rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Mwah! Have a blessed day.